Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see Father Returning Home, a poem by Dilip Chitri. Dilip Chitri's poem Father Returning Home is likely his most well-known creation. In this autobiographical poetry, the author uses an image of his father coming home from work to illustrate the loneliness and tiredness of an old man in contemporary society. On an actual story, the poem is based on the poet's father, Purushottam Chitri, who lived through the 1947 relocation from Baroda to Mumbai. The poet's feeling for his father at a later time are expressed in the poem. Even though his father was the only source of income for the family, he became aware of how unappreciated and mistreated he was. However, the poem Father Returning Home has meaning beyond autobiography. It is now a story about an elderly man who works hard for his family but lives a dull existence without someone to look out for him, talk to him, or comprehend his emotions. The poem is divided into two sections, each with 12 lines. It is composed in free poetry without a particular meter or rhyme pattern. Additionally, the absence of rhythm represents the poet's father's uncared for life. Although the language is straightforward and basic, it is rich with poetic elements like similes and symbolic metaphors. The poet speaker describes his father's arrival at home and subsequent actions in first-person narration. My father travels on late evening train, standing among silent commuters in the yellow light. Suburbs slide past his unseeing eyes. His shirt and pants are soggy and his black raincoat, stained with mud and his bag stuffed with books, is falling apart, his eyes dimmed by age. Fade homeward through the humid monsoon night. Now I can see him getting off the train. Like a word dropped from a long sentence, he hurries across the length of the grey platform, crosses the railway line, enters the lane. His chappals are sticky with mud, but he hurries onward. The first thing the speaker does is describe his father's everyday schedule. The speaker's father takes the late evening train home after a long day. He doesn't talk to other passengers inside the train as he rides. The speaker's father's emotionless eyes and stillness reveal that he is lonely and enjoys being alone more than being with others. His wet shirt and jeans make his task seem challenging. The father's dirty raincoat and worn-out bags reflect his poor emotional and physical health. The speaker's father perfectly illustrates the contemporary guy trapped in a pointless lifestyle without any spiritual delight, burdened by a load of labor and bored of leading a life of monotony. Home again I see him drinking weak tea, eating a stale chapati, reading a book. He goes into the toilet to contemplate man's estrangement from a man-made world. Coming out he trembles at the sink, the cold water running over his brown hands. A few droplets cling to the graying hairs on his wrists. His sullen children have often refused to share jokes and secrets with him. He will now go to sleep, listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads entering a subcontinent through a narrow pass. When father returns home, he reads a book, has tea and eats stale chapati. The speaker sees his father reflecting on the difficulty of human life. Here the phrase man's estrangement from a man-made world relates to the paradox of human life. Although everyone chooses to work each day and form their civilization, most people are far from the world they help build. He walks trembling and has grey hair on his wrists, and it feels like his body is also losing upon him. He is denied family joys because of an emotional penetrate between him and his children. Thus, the speaker's father is a worn-out person who lacks enjoyment and is burdened by the constancy of human life. The routine of life burdens him without any hope or joy. In conclusion, this poem is about the father who may be compared to any male in modern society. His daily activities may be compared to any contemporary person leading a pointless existence while experiencing a spiritual crisis. The poem portrays a hardworking father's midlife existential crisis and a critic of the modern man's conflict over his pointless existence. The contemporary man lives a life devoid of spiritual or emotional fulfillment, which reduces his enthusiasm and desire to take pleasure in life. I hope you found this video helpful and stay tuned for the next poem. Thank you.